Hey, everybody. This is Steve from the Popular Unknown Paintball Podcast, and thank you for joining us today for episode 29. Now, what's special about this is the very first podcast that I did live and live streamed through Facebook. So it's all recorded on video, and I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube. So make sure you like and subscribe to my new YouTube channel, which is Popular Unknown Paintball Podcast. Duh. And I'm going to be posting all of this onto my audio podcast as well, because I love my audio. It's how I got started, and that's how I'm going to keep doing the podcast. But this gives me the opportunity to not only do the audio podcast, but it gets a little more interactive with the Facebook, and I also get to upload it to YouTube as well, so everybody gets more exposure, and people who have different ways that they want to view, everybody wins. And I think this is just an amazing format. So I'm going to be giving this a try and doing this or doing the podcast like this as much as I can. There may still be the odd episode that is strictly audio only, just for convenience purposes, or because that's the only way that my guests and I can make things work. But I'd really like to keep this, or I'd really like to do this structure as much as I can. So thank you all so much for joining me for this. Again, please join my Facebook group, Popular Unknown Paintball Podcast. I shouldn't really need to keep repeating that, but please do that, because that way, when I'm announcing that I'm going to be recording live episodes, you can join in and you can see it as it happens, so that you know when things get edited and when they don't. And truthfully, I rarely edit stuff out because I really like keeping it real. And please go on YouTube and like, subscribe, do what you can with my thing, because I'd really like to make this a full-time job. And the more help I can get from you guys, just by simple likes, that makes my life a whole lot easier, and subscriptions. So please go check out the YouTube channel if you can. Also, Popular Unknown Paintball Podcast. Anyway, I have to give a shout out to the people that helped me. So Combat Pursuit, combatpursuit.com. Hopefully the fields will be opening soon when we get through all this craziness. Excuse me. But yeah, I can't wait to play. Cannot wait to play. Have to say thank you to Push, because your goggles are amazing, and I may start wearing it just to keep myself safe in all this craziness. And yeah, so thank you to Push. Thank you to Virtue, because you know what, you guys are great. You're helping more out with the foundation, but you know what, I'm and the Denver Expendables, but I'm part of that, so I got to give you guys a shout out as well. Thank you to, who am I forgetting? Immortal Air. I can't wait to see your new stuff. I know the craziness has got that kind of slowed down, but I can't wait to see the new gear and get it in my dirty little paws. And I have to give a shout out to Transfuse, like Translabs, because I did some stuff on YouTube, and I'm hoping to get Steven on the podcast soon. But I absolutely love the product. When I did the original thing, I hadn't tried it. Now I have. I love the blue raspberry. I need to get more of it. So Steven, thank you so much. And I have to give a shout out to my man Mike at Z Clear. Again, he is giving a discount out. Oh, sorry. Go back to Virtue Paintball, by the way. I'm going to back up a little bit. Virtue Paintball, by the way, if you do Ali Remembered 25 when you're ordering online, they give you a discount. If you go to Translabs Transfuse and you order online, they also give you a discount, and I believe that is Ali Remembered. And if you go to Z Clear, which is Lens Cleaner Advanced, if you enter PUP, P-U-P-P, like Peter under Peter, kind of sounds like a dirty movie, but if you enter PUP, P-U-P-P, they give you a discount if you want some really good lens clear. So I have to give a shout out to that as well. So thank you guys all so much. Now, I'm going to get to the video. I'm not going to do too much preamble, simply because this is new and I'm just excited to get this all out there. So as we grow, this is going to get better. But today I talked with a new friend of mine, Chris Struck. And Chris lives out in Saskatchewan. He's a young dude, and he's really into the MagFed scene. And I've made comments in the past on how I don't like MagFed that much. It's not my style. And he called me out on it and says, okay, we got to talk. So I got Chris on, and we talk a little MagFed. We talk about his upcoming project, which is Explore Paintball, which is going to be exploring paintball within the Saskatchewan area, and a lot more. And we even had a few friends while we were online stop in, say hello, Budor being one of them. And so please join in, listen up, and I hope you enjoy this podcast as much as I do. And talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Popular Unknown Paintball Podcast. And I am very excited because this is the very first time that I've done a live video podcast that is actually being streamed live on my Facebook browser, or Facebook group, I should say. And I get to talk MagFed. And this is all going to be uploaded to audio, and it's going to be uploaded to YouTube as well. So let me introduce to you quickly my new good friend, Chris Struck. So let's bring him onto the group here. Hey, Chris.
How's it going?
It's going awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
You're going to be my guinea pig, kind of like Arturo was with my very first mic, or my new mic and stuff. And I haven't heard from Arturo in a long time. So Arturo, if you're listening, you got to reach out to me, dude. How you doing? So, because I mean, I talked about a year ago today, give or take a bit, and I haven't heard from him since. And we used to talk all the time about stuff. So I hope he's doing well. And I miss talking to him. So you and I have been talking on Facebook for a while about different things, because I mentioned that I wasn't a big MagFed fan per se. And you called me out on that and said, hey. So for everybody that's not paying attention or whatnot, my reasoning for not liking MagFed, and it's not that I don't like it, it's paintball, and paintball is awesome, but it's a style that doesn't speak to me. And the reason is, back when I started in '89, we had these, I mean, the guns were fantastic. I had a Nightmare competition short barrel. Oh shit, I should have pulled it out, and so that I could show what one looks like, because I actually have one in a box. So I'll have to show a link later. But I had one of those, and they were finicky in a sense. I mean, all paintball guns were. It didn't matter which one you were. So I'm not bashing on Brass Eagle, because back then Brass Eagle was just awesome. But the thing is that we did everything in our power to try to make the guns more reliable. So one of the first things that we did was we would pull safeties out, because when you were playing, all of a sudden you'd activate the safety and your gun would freeze up. Or we would take out connection, like anything we could do to make a gun more reliable. We didn't care what it looked like. We just wanted to know when we got into it that it was going to work the way we wanted it to work. And then what we did was we made sure that we took as much hard stuff off the front as possible and tried to put it around back so that we didn't have hard spots. So when the paintballs came in, they wouldn't break on us as easily. And so that's how I live and play my game. And MagFed's come along, and it's like, hey, let's put all this hard stuff up front, which makes me go, And so we do that. And then you've got, okay, so now you've got the multiple magazines that may or may not work properly, and then you've got all this extra stuff to clean and all these extra gadgets and gizmos, and all of it, in my opinion, slows you down and it gives more of the Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong it gives Mr. Murphy a whole big chance to try to jump on board and enjoy the game with you, and I don't want that. So that's my problem with MagFed. It's not like I'm thinking, MagFed's bad. It's not bad. It's just, it's like we fought so hard for so many years, for so long, to try to streamline and make things better and more reliable. And this movement comes on, and it makes you want to look cool. And I mean, I love how it slows the game down. Don't get me. I love that aspect of it.
Oh yeah, it
and
really
the
changes
snipes.
things.
So I love that aspect of it, but that's my problem. So you tell me why you love MagFed.
Just the whole play style. Like I always played like COD and Battlefield and stuff, and when I first saw MagFed, like, oh, you can actually reload like in a video game. I thought that's just too much. That'll be too much fun.
Right.
And you're shooting a way less paint, which saves money at the end of the day. And there's a lot more customization you can do really with the markers, which is awesome. Like you can add sights and such, and now with these first strike rounds, you can be deadly accurate with one shot. Like I got to use a bolt action 468 for like half a day that my girlfriend's dad has. He's got like markers out. He's been playing since 83, I think, just about. So he's been playing since the birth of paintball pretty much. And I was using the bolt action. It was just way too much fun. Just reload and poof, 50, 60 yard shot, like no problem. And just picking guys' heads off. Like one guy, I eliminated him from the first game of the day within 6 minutes, 3 shots to the head, and just he was done for that round.
Well, you shouldn't have done 3 shots to the head because it should be 1 and get out. You should have
it
to
was
shoot
3
him
different times.
Oh, okay.
Within that. So it was just like, oh, there's a helmet. Poof. Gone.
I gotcha.
Makes the most satisfying sound ever.
Well, I haven't been hit with a first strike round yet, thankfully.
Third.
Now, so I have a question. I actually have a question about the first strike rounds while we're talking about them.
Okay.
Back in the day when the flatline barrel came out, are you familiar with that? The barrel that goes up and bends?
Yeah.
Okay. When it came out, it was really cool because the shot flies straight, and then right when it should start to drop, it actually the shot lifts up for a little bit, and then it drops again. Now, the problem with that was, as fantastic as it was that even though the shot traveled farther, which is great, it had lost so much momentum when it got out to that point. The shots were landing, but they weren't breaking because there wasn't enough momentum at the time. Now, I know paint today is a lot different and it breaks a lot easier on target, so maybe that's okay. But that was one of the things that I found. Now, with the first strike rounds, I'm wondering because, I mean, they're a different weight, but they've got the fins, which give them a much more... Yeah, thank you. Yeah. They've got the fins, and they're they shoot much straighter, and they fly a good distance. But at those extra distance outs, do you find that there's a braking problem? Like, do you find that you get... I mean, I know they shoot straighter, but do they actually have more range? Because I know that with my paintballs, what I'll do is I'll just angle up a bit, and I can watch them come in, and I can lob them in. And I'm wondering is, do they actually fly farther and still brake reliably, or is it just a trajectory thing?
They do seem to break a lot easier. Like they've made them so that, like I know Hidden Hedgehog over in the UK does some extremely long shots, and majority of the time they are breaking for him. He's doing like 100-yard shots, and like I think the most reliable shot distance, like the furthest you'll really go, is like 60 to 80 feet. Otherwise, there's not many fields that I've been to where you can shoot 100 yards and have that clear line of sight. Otherwise, like the only bad part about first strikes is they're expensive, especially here in Canada. Like 50, 75 cents a round. So that's why I want to get a marker for first strikes, but I want to make sure it's bolt action because I feel that's just the way they're meant to be shot, and it's the most satisfying when you get elimination with a bolt action.
Okay. Well, I have to admit I did a bit of a write-up on for Paintball Media Magazine for last month, and Planet Eclipse has released this new barrel.
The Quake barrel?
Yes.
For the MG100, yeah.
Right. Now it's cocker threaded, and then it'll take Eclipse tips, but it is based off of another gun that's another barrel.
Karmatech Nemesis barrels.
Yes. So they're identical barrels internally. I wanted to make sure that Nemesis got a good plug out, because I've actually been talking to the owner of Nemesis.
Yeah.
He's a really cool dude.
Oh yeah, I've like I think it was Brad Odell on the Maritime Paintball podcast had him on the one time talking about the
Okay.
SAR 12 and that, and I fired a SAR 12 and they're heavy, but oh my lord, is that a giggle inducing marker?
Giggle inducing. I'm going to steal that just so you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I got somebody saying, I wish I could watch, but I'm working. Now,
Yeah.
unfortunately with the software right now, unless you sign up and you click on StreamYard, I can't say I see who said it. So I'm just going to
Okay.
jump on my Facebook here for a second, because
That works.
this is the first comment, and I want to make sure that I say hi to the guy.
Yeah.
And that would be my good friend Kurt Hunter. Awesome.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to give shout outs all the time because we are recording this for the my normal audio podcast. But this just looked like a really cool way to upgrade my podcasts, because
Yeah, I like it.
now it's live and the quality is really good, right?
Yeah, like I hope my audio is coming in good because
Oh,
yeah.
well, for me it sounds fantastic.
Okay, awesome.
So I'm sure it's going to be. Sure it's going to be perfect. So
Oh,
so when you play MagFed, what do you like to use when you play? Like what's your personal gear?
right now I have a Titman TMC. It's dual fed, like it's my first marker, so it
Okay.
was relatively like it's you're a beginner. It can't shoot first strikes. It only does round ball. I put on a better barrel that helped immensely.
Okay.
And yeah, I run about 6 mags. I have a 13 cubic inch tank, and I get about 200 so shots off of a tank,
Okay.
or 200 ish. Yeah, somewhere around there.
How many rounds in a magazine?
We got 18, 19, depending on how you wind it. Because sometimes if you wind it too much, it can be a little bit finicky, but the TMC mags are one of the better mags on the market besides like the T15s or the dye mags.
Okay. Well, see, and that's my thing. It's like, oh, you got to wind it the right amount. And this gets back to why I'm not a huge
Yeah, it's a
mag
little
fan.
more tedious, but like Titman, they have a little machine now you can like attach to a table, put a pod of paint in, and it's got a winder on it. Then you can have another winder to actually load the rounds into it, which is pretty cool.
Well, and that's fine. It's not the loading up that bugs me. It's just the actual when you're out and playing and you've got
Oh yeah,
all the hard spots out front and stuff to catch on when you're playing. Like it just
with
belly
that
crawl.
though, it like for me, it makes you have to be more aware of your body positioning. So if like you're like sticking out a little bit more and you're like one of your mags is sticking out and it hits that, it's going to break. So you have to be really conscious to give as small of target as possible when you're poking out.
But you see, that's my argument, because when I played, I was still just as body conscious, because anything that you're sticking out, that's getting hit and taken off.
Yeah.
Like that used to be one of my jokes. It used to be, you you show me a piece, I'm taking it off. Like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that was my motto. Because I was running autocockers back when they first started coming out, and
Yeah.
Sniper 2 pumps and things like that. So I don't see how paintball is different with regards to MagFed versus regular paintballs guns,
Yeah.
I guess, other than the fact that you have to use, like, it definitely forces you to slow down.
Oh,
But
yeah. The gameplay is a lot slower for
but
sure. But it almost is more intense because you don't know where people are coming from because you can be super sneaky. Like I've like my one of my first when on my first year of playing, like we had just built this one field, tall grass and like in the bush, and I crawled up on the girlfriend's dad. Like I crawled for like probably 80 so meters just to pop up behind him and surrender him. Meanwhile, I'm like crapping my pants while I do this because like he's got his pistol on him, and I see him reach for it. Then he looks at me, giggles, and then he's like, "Yeah, yeah, you got me." I was like, "Oh, thank God."
So, how long have you been playing for?
This year, if we get a season in, it will be my third year of playing.
Okay, so it's only your third year?
Yeah,
You're a
I'm pretty new.
punk.
Yeah, well, all the gear back there makes me look like I've been playing longer, but like all my speedball gear I got from my uncle because he used to play back in 2010.
Oh yeah, what
That's
kind of
where pardon?
what's your speedball gear?
Uh, I got like the Reds pod bag. I got a Reds barrel kit.
What?
Basically, I got everything but the marker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I got like this Mad Dog pod pack, an Empire pack, NXE one,
Right.
whole whack load of pods. Got a
Nice.
Halo B reloader. Yeah, Halo B
Well,
rotor and a view loader one too. That all I had to do was change the batteries and turned them on. And
yeah.
once I figured out how to turn the Halo on, it worked like a dream. So
Yeah. No, they're good. Well, I'll tell you, if you get the chance, look for a Planet Eclipse Etha 1.
yeah,
Um,
I was looking at either the Etha 1 or Etha 2 to kind of, but like my local field, he's got a bunch of E-Techs and
right.
he
And
was
there's those,
or E-Tech 5 and he was gonna when he has a little 3v3 tournaments, I was gonna just give it a try and play one. And if I don't get, if I do a half-ass decent, I was gonna probably either get like an Etha or I've been looking at like a GI Stealth or a 160.
right. Well, I'll tell you, since you mostly play MagFed and that's where your interest lies,
Yeah.
I'll tell you that I picked up an Etha 1 about 2 years ago when I was just getting back into paintball after taking my
Yeah.
little break. Little. Um, and it was on the wall, and I got it for like I think I paid like $150 for it, and it included a loader and a 48-inch cubic inch
Yeah.
48 cubic inch tank, like just a little steely. And I gotta tell you, for how it works, it's fantastic. It's a little bit harder to clean than some of the newer guns that are out there right now, but
That's no problem. I'm used to hard.
well, I'm so used to hard because I'm used to autocockers, right?
Yeah.
And prior, like tearing apart the old VM68s because I had one of the
Oh
first
yeah.
ones of those too, right? So back then when I got it was a PMI 3, which is prior to the VM68. That just puts it in perspective. But I really liked how well it worked and shot, and it was very constant and reliable. And you can get them dirt cheap because everybody says, "Oh, we'll get this; it's better. Oh, get that's better." I'll tell you, one of those early Ethas, grab one of those and put that in your kit bag because it's just a great little tiny, and it has autococker threads, clamping feed neck. It'll do everything you want it to do.
Oh yeah.
The other thing is, and everybody says the invert, sorry, not invert. Now the the minis,
yeah, the
mini
minis
axes, those are wicked too. I picked up one of those for my son, and I've got it souped right up. He liked
yeah.
it better than my Etha because, well, the mini that I got him is like a nice forest green, and the
Oh yeah.
Etha I got is electric purple, which is just
The purple's badass.
right. That's what I like. But my son, he's 10. He just wants to be a little more stealthy and
Yeah.
camouflage and whatnot. And I get it, more power to him. And so hence he's got a green mini, but I love those too. So if you're just gonna try, I'll tell you, they'll go toe to toe with anything fantastic. And
Yeah.
don't spend a lot of money. As for the E-Tech 5s, I was actually like my main gun right now currently is an E-Tech 4, and like I played Chicago NXL with it last year using an E-Tech 4, and it more than did its job.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a. I might buy a marker with what's left over of my tax return after some bills, but girlfriend doesn't want me to.
Welcome to being an adult.
Yeah.
Well, do you work at the fields?
Yeah, I help out at Divide and Conquer, which is just outside of Saskatoon.
Right.
Pretty much do a little bit. I do a bit of reffing and help build the fields and such. Like what we were working on last year was he set up a bunch of telephone poles, and we're working on building towers. And what we were really working on is this huge 300 by 300 foot castle.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of pallets, but it'll be fun.
That's awesome.
Basically, you'll be able to have like a game inside of it and like a huge attack the castle kind of game, which will be super fun.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for it.
Well, if I can give you a little old school suggestion, what I did to be able to play as long as I did, or as much as I did in the
Yeah,
beginning, because I couldn't afford to. Like, no, I would ref one day and play the next. So there
yeah,
were
that's sweet.
seasons where I was on the field every single weekend. And so what you do is any money that you make playing paintball goes into a little wad. All right? No, seriously. So
Yeah,
that way paintball's paying for itself.
yeah.
And the other thing is if you're on the field all the time, a lot of people will get very angry with their paintball gear because they can't fix it, they can't do
Oh
whatever.
yeah, that's like
So
that's how pretty much the girlfriend's dad got his. I think it was his SAR 12 or his 468 bolt action. The guy
right,
couldn't fix it, so he was like, "Here, have it. Like if you can get it to work, you can keep it."
right. So be a good guy, always be friendly, helpful, that sort of thing.
Oh
Keep
yeah,
that paintball wad with you at all times and never spend it on anything but paintball. No, no, no. It sounds
oh yeah,
funny, but I literally got up to $5,000 that I had
nice.
there for a while because what I would do is I'd keep that with me. And when people say, "Oh, I don't like this gun," you know what the value is. I'd say, "Okay, well, I'll buy it from you." I would strip it down for parts. I would sell parts off, and I would just keep building that wad. And it just helped me get into it. And so my gun kept getting better and better because I was buying other people's gear, swapping out the parts that I wanted,
Yeah,
reselling, and I just kept going that way. And so if you're going to be on the field all the time, do that.
yeah, yeah. Because like where I usually go, it's 2 hours away from me. So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm like in the Humboldt area.
Okay.
So yeah, everyone knows that area now. But yeah, like there's like I'll go into my explore paintball here. Like basically, explore paintball is going to be myself and pretty much my girlfriend's family, and it'll be us touring around Saskatchewan, hitting as many fields as we can, talking with field owners, doing field tours, gameplay videos, just anything we can create paintball content wise about Saskatchewan to promote
Cool.
the game in Saskatchewan because there's a lot of great fields. Like there's oh, I can't even think of it. Prairie
Is
Storm down in Moose Jaw that does an amazing D-Day game. Like they're really up. They upped the ante this year, and they're doing like a 3-part game. So it's 3 different weekends throughout the summer. And then there's Army Paintball down in Swift Current. Hands down, a must play in Saskatchewan, if not Canada, because it's full size buildings. He has a church steeple, a
oh,
church he
cool.
made, and like he's got an airfield. He has a harbor, which has a trap door in the one building. You have to push a couch over to pop up through this trap door. Like, and it's all he made. It's ran by Andy Keys, and he is ex British military.
Oh,
His whole
nice.
field is in honor of, I believe it was I think it was his. I can't remember if it was his family or in his wife's family that had somebody that was in World War II that was killed by a sniper.
Oh, yeah.
So it's in memory of that, and like he's got booby traps set up. In this past year, he did a tactical challenge, like we did distance shooting, a run through the trenches, taking out targets, where you had to like carry a stuff like coveralls with like plastic just jammed in there.
Right.
And we did a suit shooting from side by side, which was probably the most fun I've ever had shooting. But this, he's actually getting a Hummer, like big U.S.
Oh, yeah.
military Hummer. So I can only imagine what he's got planned for next year, this coming year.
That sounds awesome. Now, is he on your Facebook account?
Yeah, I'll tag him once.
Absolutely. Please do. Tell him I said hi. Well, make sure you forward this to him
Yeah,
because we talked about
yeah.
him. And I'd love to get him on the podcast as well.
Oh
I'd
yeah,
love to hear
he's
all about this if I can.
he will talk your ear off. It's
Perfect.
like when I talked to when we like because we camped out at his field. A lot of people camp out there,
Right.
and it's just a great time. Like when we went, it was his August long game, and he had people from Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba there, like, and it was like MagFed only game, and the
Right.
caliber of player was just like, holy crap! Like everybody knew what they were doing. Nobody really gave you a shot, and when you eliminate people, you had to actually like really get the drop on them, or like really be moving and thinking all the time, which was really fun. Like, and that's basically where I ended up getting on SAS Saskatchewan there. So that was a pretty cool
Nice.
event for me. Yeah.
So this field, is it strictly mag-fed field, or
Uh,
can all paintball players play? Do they mix it up, or
all
do they have special
he
days where
has
they?
he doesn't really operate as a rental site per se. It's more of a hobby for him, hobby field.
Oh, okay.
But he does like a in around Halloween. He does a haunted town of Little Sumer,
Okay.
and like when we did the MagFed only game, it's like you could use like a peanut, and you could have one. Like I think he had one heavy gunner, so you could have like a guy with full auto or speedball guns. So
Right.
he actually adds more to the dynamic, and his games like he has hour-long games, so during the briefings he actually hides things in the briefing, because there was this one mission we did. We had to retrieve it was 3 words he said during the description. I can't remember since it's been so long. It was like hope, believe, and something like that.
How
And
do you think I feel about trying to remember games from the early 90s?
yeah. And he had to basically find this treasure chest, which when I walked the field, when we first got there, I was like, oh, there's a treasure chest. That's cool. It's probably going to come up sometime during the weekend. And you had to grab 3 items, but the enemy team just like bum rushed it, grabbed it, took it all back. Then they forgot what the words were, so they didn't even get the points for it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, then, what we'll have to do then, I guess maybe we'll have to talk to him, but maybe we can get some actual paintball producers to try to create a big game for him, like come in and help him out and create something massive.
Amazing job. Like, yeah, it'll be, if he wants to, I can see him doing it. It's because there's like Saskatchewan, there's not many big games. There's like the Asquith big game. Prairie Storm has one as their D-Day game, and Andy does his too. He does a 24-hour game in the spring usually, which is kind of up in the air right now. So,
all right, I'm just checking the Facebook here on my phone quickly because I got some comments here.
As their D-Day game. Oh, Andy does.
Oh, that's making too much noise.
That delay though.
Well, hey,
good old Facebook delay.
Well, it's not that. It's I did it to this, right? Yeah. And it's like my big microphone here.
Yeah.
You know, so it picked up, but it's not showing me what the comments are.
Oh,
so we got. So when I click on comment, there we go.
Yeah, so, I've noticed during some of the podcasts I get to watch live when I'm not working, that sometimes the comments are just like not loading, so you have to like click the button, and then all of a sudden, bam, 50 comments.
So this comment here, I don't know if you can see it down below, is Michael Baird, and he is one of the original Iron Men.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he says, looks and sounds good. I've never played MagFed, but I get the appeal. Looks fun. Sorry I missed the video chat the other day with the Ricks. So that's kind of cool. And this here is Kathleen Alvarez. Now, she used to hang out a lot in New York with the Master Blasters and do a lot of reffing there. And she moved out to California. And now she does a lot of reffing, and she just loves the sport of paintball.
Yeah.
And she says, good to know about the different games when I ref MagFeds and Airsoft. So that's kind of cool. So, yeah. Anyway, because we're live, I wanted to try to give a couple
get the comments in there.
But I have to read it because this is all going to be going up to my audio podcast. I'm going to upload everything that way as well. So I'm really enjoying this, and thank you very much again for
no problem
getting this started. So what got you to start explore paintball? Like what was your
Well,
inspiration? How long have you been considering this?
well, I've been working. Well, I had the thought like after listening to your podcast and many other podcasts. I've listened to pretty much
Well,
all the
thank you.
podcasts on your on. I listened to all your podcasts, like all the behind the bunkers that are out right now.
Right,
Maritime paintball, the playing on over the top. Like I
right,
commented on your one thing, and I listened to a lot of paintball at
right,
work because I have nothing else to listen to, and it's just more interesting. It makes the day go by quicker.
right,
But the whole explore paintball was like there was not much content coming from Saskatchewan. We had like there was one guy on YouTube, Paintball Time. He's part of SAS Saskatchewan. He was doing videos, but it was really irregular in that, but really good quality videos. And I want to expand on that and do interviews. Like I want to do an interview with the girlfriend's dad, Joe,
right,
because he's been playing for so long. He's like he remembers playing back when there was no chronographs and like you wore BMX gear and UVX shop goggles just so like if you got hit, it didn't if they broke. Yeah, yeah, and like there's a store owner in Birch Hills that he's been in the game for a long time too. He's probably the longest running store in Saskatchewan, where he's got like you could spend a day at his store and not see everything, and it's like it's no bigger than the like this room I'm in my house. Like
well, it
he's got so much.
sounds like I need to get my butt to Saskatchewan. I got
Yeah.
family out there too, so
Oh, really? Nice. But
yeah,
yeah, like the only bad part is like well, not the bad part, but like a lot of these fields are pretty spread out, so it's like, and a lot of them don't advertise really per se. So there's a lot of hidden gems. Like you have to really be searching for it to find
right,
it.
okay,
And I want to bring a lot of those fields a marketing tool per se. So like do the interview with the owners, let them do their spiel, and like do field tours so people can like, oh, I want to go play there, look it up, and be like, oh, that looks pretty cool. We should go there. And do just interviews in general with other players. Like we have like the speedball scene around here. There's like Mike Shipley. He's probably one of the most respected players in the CPPL, which would
right,
be the I guess local league here, but it's
okay,
mostly done in Alberta. But this year, due to negative comments on Facebook and whatnot, they decided to cancel the season. But the I guess silver lining in all that is the two fields where they would have hosted their events are doing events on their own now for speedball. And
okay,
like for Saskatchewan, there's just usually Prairie Storm this year is they bought uh, an air up bunker set. Can't remember if it was air ups or sub air, but they bought a set of bunkers and they're going to do some speedball events. DNC is doing their speedball events again this year, and like I just wanted to like even do like some tech videos and
right.
like
You enjoy the
just
sport and you want to contribute.
oh
I get
yeah.
it totally.
So I
Like
feel like especially when refing, like I'll show like the kids, like if I'm refing a group of splat masters, which is entertaining, very
right,
entertaining. Like I'll show them like my gear and like there's a lot of times with MagFed you have to explain that you're at a net disadvantage when it comes to playing with renters because they can just sit there and unload a hopper
yep.
and you only got 20 shots, so you're just like, oh, whatever. And yeah, but like
Now, have you played Pump yet?
no, I want to get a pump gun. I've
I highly
looked at
recommend
it
it.
and it looks like a hell of a lot of fun.
Now, does your girlfriend's dad have any pump guns left over from the day?
He's got an SL68 yet.
Yep. Yep.
Uh,
Those
I'm
were
trying to
wicked.
think of
Now
I'm trying to think of all this crap he's had. He actually got his first marker. I can't remember what it was, but he's still searching for like a couple parts, and otherwise he'd have it back up and running again.
okay, we'll find out what it is. Let me know because I know a few people from back in the day, and I have
Yeah.
about 5 or 6 toolboxes full of old parts.
Oh wow.
So get him to reach out to me or talk to him and then reach out to me, and let's see if we can't help him get that back up and running.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
if he needs a part, there's tons out there if you know where to look.
Yeah,
because there's just so many people just have it sitting in the background, and I can put it
Yeah.
up on blast saying, "Hey, we got this old gun. It's sentimental. We want to get this back up and running." Now, if I can make a recommendation, though, when you do go out to pick up a pump gun, pick up something that has a removable barrel, and preferably something with autococker threads.
Yeah.
If you get something with autococker threads, then you can use
it's gonna fit everything.
right, and you can use current paint. But if you get something that's just has a removable barrel, you can still get the barrel bored out, so you can put freak inserts in it.
Oh yeah.
So because otherwise the gun doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like the new paint today, the balls are smaller and it just rolls out of them.
Yeah.
So I have
Yeah,
about
like
3 Sniper 2s that I just love. Well, 2 Sniper 2s, 1 Sniper 1.5. Did you ever? Okay, so you know what an old autococker looks like, right?
yeah. I've watched the old like push and old dirter videos. And that.
Well, the autococker is based off of Bud Orr's original pump gun, the Sniper.
Okay.
And it, what do you call it? It was just a pump gun, and then the autococker made it. But it had a rib barrel, and it came with a wood stock that looked like a Thompson submachine gun.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, my wood stock got stolen years ago, but I still have the rest of it. So yeah. So, and we got Mark Gonzalez saying, where is it? Says, you should talk about the MagFed. Well, we have been talking, Mark. You came in late.
Yeah. Oh, one other thing I wanted to talk about that I forgot to mention at the very beginning is the Triple PA. It's basically a group of players from Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba.
Okay.
It's the Prairie Paintball Players Association. We're basically working alongside the MPPA, which is the maritime version, and the OPPA.
All right.
And together we're trying to form We're going to form Paintball Canada and try to be a universal body to make paintball the same across the country.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's headed up by William Gordon. I'm pretty sure he'd be a good one to get on here. He'll talk your ear off too.
So
and
now, just your curiosity, and I don't know why all of a sudden this is popping in my head. Do you actually have your paintball marker handy that you can just sort of show up?
Oh yeah, I'll just take you along with me.
Yay!
Yay!
And we're walking. And we're walking.
So it's like on my custom stand. I have 13 cubic inch tank. My sight, I have it actually sighted in, and then here's awesome. My girlfriend's custom hydro dip. We did it with like the spray paint. It needs a little bit of a cleaning,
right?
And put a sight on for her too.
So yeah, I gotta ask, why is your girlfriend's gun at your house?
Because she lives with me.
That works.
Yeah. Then I have a pistol as well. This is the old Kingman Eraser.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, it's 43 cal, so it's a little
hard to get
trickier. I have a bag of it, so it's like I don't use it that often because I haven't found a holster. But the one time I did use it, I managed to chase somebody down, like full on running at them while they were trying to reload. So it was just like they're like, oh crap, running. I'm like pistol out shooting. The funniest part was the mag had fallen out, so I wasn't even shooting. So they just surrendered. Yeah.
And those are the best paintball stories.
Oh yeah, like there's been a couple times where it's been me and person are battling out with our MagFed markers, and all of a sudden you hear that poof, that empty shot, and you're like, oh crap. You duck behind cover. Then another buddy, we did it at the exact same time, so you could both hear us just swearing behind a bunker. Then finally somebody pops out and shoots the other one.
Nice. So if you had to pick a favorite paintball game that you've played, what would it be?
Oh, favorite game?
Have the most fun?
Oh, Probably the most fun I've had playing would have been at Army Paintball for his August long game. That was just the experience and the camaraderie. Like after
Okay.
and we played a night game too, which was an excellent way to crap your pants in the dark.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, hey, everybody, check this out. Bud Orr said good morning.
oh,
Hey,
good
Bud,
morning.
how you doing? And I can actually see, so you're linked in. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Have you?
Yeah.
You know who Bud is, right?
Yes,
Like
yes, yes.
the godfather of paintball.
Yes. I'm one of those people or persons that I like to learn the history of stuff. So I'm like
Right.
super excited for the history of paintball documentary that's coming out.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like when I hear people talk about like old movies and old videos to watch, I go look them up and I watch them because it's like I want to know what happened. Like the sport's still young, so it's like easy enough to learn what's happened in 30 years. So,
well, I was actually talking to John Amadea this morning, and he's busy in the studio creating the sound for the. I keep looking at your picture and not looking at the camera.
yeah,
I'll get used to this. Sorry. Anyway, John's in the studio, but if you'd like, maybe what we can do is we can get John on sometime, and we'll get you on. We'll do a cross thing just for the fun of it because we can.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Happy game.
Hey, Bud, would you like to jump on with us for a little bit? He'll reply there because I can see you, so I'm assuming you're on your laptop now. We tried to get Bud on the other day while I was testing out the software.
Yeah.
And unfortunately wasn't able to do it because he was on his cell phone. So let's just see if he replies.
Yeah, because I just have you on my phone. So
oh yeah. Did you have to cut and paste it into so that it would work?
No, I just clicked the link and it worked. So I was like,
okay.
oh, that's sweet.
What kind of phone are you using?
What the heck? LG G7 Thin Q.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let me just see if I can I think it'd be fun to have Bud on just because we can.
Yeah. But yeah, like with my Explore Paintball thing, I'm trying to write up a little kind of because the Humble Broncos organization, I think it's the one of the Humble Broncos organizations, they're doing a couple of grants for $5,000.
Right.
I'm going to try to, I've got a whole thing written out for like a business plan and such for my Explore Paintball page that I'm going to apply for this grant for $5,000, which would really help me get it off the ground because I need to actually get an actual computer, not my laptop, which I can barely edit a video on.
Right. I know exactly how that feels.
Oh, yeah. Then plus I'd be getting like cameras and such just to do it with high quality right away, which would be, so I don't like to half-ass anything, especially on videos, because I do have like one YouTube page already where it's kind of, I just usually filmed everything on my phone because it's with my car.
Right.
So it's like trying to do mechanic stuff and holding a phone is always entertaining, but it's like that channel has actually been mildly successful. Like I've got over 150 subscribers at least.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, you got to make sure you forward this on that and try to get me a few more.
I'll kind of too. Yeah, I'll leave links about my Explore Paintball page, the PPPA.
Oh, please
do. And my car's YouTube channel as well.
Absolutely, whore this out completely. Go for it.
Yeah, because I haven't really like gone public with the Explore Paintball yet, but like we've got our logo. This is an older logo that basically we made these shirts ourselves. Then we basically gave 6 that are going to be on the channel. We each kind of got a nickname.
Right.
So I'm Gopher, which yeah, I got my little gopher here.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Then the girlfriend is Cheshire. Her mom's Badger. Her dad is Sandman.
Sandman's taken.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's the only one I couldn't think because he was going to do Reaper, but I was like, Reaper's already taken. I haven't heard Sandman ever.
Well, Tim Glavin of Airgun Designs, that's Sandman.
Oh, okay.
And he was big in Swarm back in the day, and they were a juggernaut of a team.
Yeah, I remember hearing about them.
they were the ones that kicked Guns and Navarrone's butt, like just hard back in the day. And
Yeah.
they were the first original team sponsored by Airgun Designs at the Automax. And
Yeah.
so that is the Sandman. And here's a little sneak. There's probably going to be something about him in the next issue of Paintball Media Magazine.
Awesome.
Because I may have had a brand new Airgun Designs, carbon fiber body, carbon fiber everything, automatic nail gun, brand new. Oh, it was so
That's
sweet.
fancy.
So there may be something about that in the new issue.
Awesome.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I might actually start to have written for the magazine, but
nice. Yeah, that's one thing I like reading the magazines. Like,
yeah,
I've read all the issues of Paintball Media that are online so far, and like I've been trying to find others, and like I have a few issues of Paintball Action Games that I got from the store here in Saskatchewan, but like
APG, you mean?
Sucks that, yeah, PAG.
Oh, okay. So there. Okay, so there's.
Yeah, I got them like, or no, I don't have them in here. I thought I did.
I had every issue from 1989 to about 2001 of Action Pursuit games, of paintball sports.
Yeah.
There was about 4 different ones that came out, and I had every issue every month for over a decade, and they all got lost / destroyed, unfortunately.
Ooh, yeah.
During, the moves and divorces and stuff. My whole collection got destroyed, which it sucks, but is what it is. Bud Orr said that he's on the phone, so he's not able to join in with us. He asked if I'm going to be on tonight, and yes, I am. So for those of you that are watching live, this won't really apply much to the people that listen to this later on the podcast. But I believe myself and Andy Starrett of the Al Remembered Foundation and Denver Expendables, we're going to do some live thing again tonight, and we're going to have some pretty big names on. So this is for the podcast. That's just because we can, and I'll probably throw it up as well, but it's not official Popular Unknown Paintball podcast.
Yeah.
So this is. So.
Yeah. I was just thinking on, you said the MagFed stuff's, a lot of it's unreliable.
Yes.
Well, Planet Eclipse with their new MG100 has just revolutionized MagFed. Like, it's when you hear, when somebody asks, what should I get for start out? MG100. That's all you're going to hear.
Okay.
Because it's basically, it's got the gamma core, lightweight, and it's just shoots lasers right out the box. Like, and the dyed dam would be pretty much the same. Like, it's speedball marker converted to made MagFed. So they are pushing the envelope. Like, the dyed dam's older now, but the MG100 is really made a lot of the manufacturers have to step up their game.
Well, I actually held an MG100 at I believe World Cup. I think it was World Cup, when I was at the Planet Eclipse booth for a little bit, and it felt solid. I mean, it felt really cool. But when I say unreliable, I don't necessarily mean the gun. It's just a few more working parts that can go wrong. Like, so.
Yeah, and Planet Eclipse is coming out with their own continuous mag, which is they released at Extravaganza. And it actually looks pretty cool. It's not your traditional feed it through the top. You can open up this side and just lay them in there, which is really smart thinking.
It's a box fed mag, right?
It's like your standard. I'll just grab a magazine here.
Okay.
I'll grab a fancy one. So it's basically your standard magazine.
Right.
Because you load them through the, I don't know if you can see that. You load them through the top, and because you have to wind. Most of them you wind, and I have a little adapter so I can wind them a lot quicker.
Sure.
But you open them up from the side and you just lay them in. But it's like the same size as this, pretty much.
Right. That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
See, I keep waiting for them to make a motorized, power-fed box magazine that just clicks underneath, and then it just turns it into a standard paintball gun again.
Yeah, because there is the die box rotor that basically you just dump your paint in, and then it's got two rotors and shoots it up.
Right.
MCS has a box mag as well, and Gotcha 3D has the big, huge drum mags. You can either
Okay.
get the single or a dual one, and
Right.
those actually work pretty good. But you got to wind them.
Okay.
And they're pretty neat. Like I haven't seen one in person, but I've seen the videos on them, and they actually work pretty good. Like DefCon's DefCon Paintball, they did do their Does It Suck series,
Right.
and they tested one and they had it on like full auto with the T15, and it just wasn't really misfeeding at all. So for 3D printed stuff is huge in MagFed. Like
Okay.
my one guy from SAS Saskatchewan here, Chad. You can look him up on Chad. I think it's Chad Bob's Print Shack.
Okay.
I'll have to find the page, and he does kits for like the First Strike pistol, MG100. He does anything you want. He can pretty much make it. And like the funniest part is he had, like, when I was playing down in Swift Current, he had a little red wagon of all the different little setups he could run that day. So he could just like swap off a few parts and make the marker look completely different. Just pretty cool.
Budor says, "Gotta go. Great show." How
That,
much of a compliment is that, dude?
that is awesome.
So you've literally been watched by the man himself as far as
Yeah,
paintball is concerned, and
that's
he's
crazy.
been part of it. So yeah.
That's awesome.
So when you get your Explore Paintball going, make sure you
Yeah.
reach out to me, and I will amplify. Like, feel free to
Yeah.
push it on my pup group page. Like, just let's amplify it
Yeah.
as much as we
Oh
can,
yeah.
because anything I can do to help.
Yeah, I've basically created like only a playlist of paintball movies on there, so
Oh, okay.
that's about it. I need to create a video, but like I'm probably just gonna like end up doing a video in the backyard and just shooting my targets in the backyard, which I'm surprised I haven't shot at yet this winter.
Right.
Because I have this one that's just hanging. It's I think like 1/8 or 3/16 piece of aluminum. And you hit it, it just rings and just makes a beautiful sound.
Well, did you see my actual first video episode on my YouTube channel?
No, I did not. I haven't gone to watch any of that yet.
Okay, so
I'm gonna have to.
For those of you that don't know, I do have a YouTube channel, and I don't talk about it much because, quite frankly, it's a whole lot of garbage. Now, this is going to be the first official episode that makes it to the YouTube channel, so I hope we get more people. But a few months ago, which got me into all this, I decided I wanted to experiment with doing YouTube shows.
Yeah.
And so I took my old phone, which was like a Samsung 6 or 7 or something like that,
Yeah.
7, and I didn't have a tripod, so I literally bought one of those car adapters from the dollar store, and then I got some parts from Home Depot, and I made my own little tripod contraption thing out of Home Depot parts and dollar store parts.
Yeah.
And then I used the cell phone microphone, and I did the whole little 15-minute video with that. And then I had like a 9-year-old laptop that I had to edit, and it was just,
yeah,
just
yeah.
hated
When
it.
I was editing with my laptop, it was literally the first time I saw I did a video of my car show last year.
Right.
And I literally was like, when I was filming, I was like, okay, I'm going to cut it and film it so I don't have to do anything in post.
Right.
And then I pieced it all together, and it ran so slow. And literally the first time I saw it run good was on YouTube. So I was just like, oh, cool. Definitely need an upgrade.
Well, and that's awesome. But what I'm saying is that video was my first ever. And like my first real, like, I mean, I uploaded a little bit of stuff from myself trying out the new Automag that I bought at at the secondhand store. It's a secondhand store. I got it for like $40. So this is a video specifically dedicated to trying that. Anyway, I edited the whole thing together. I put it up, and I got a lot of positive, and I watched it, and it really turned out quite good. So all I can recommend to you is, if you want to do something, you have to just get out there and do it. And I don't care if it's crap. Put it out there, and once you do it and you see it, you learn from it, and you just get better, and it just keeps growing from there. So don't hesitate with what you have. Just try to do the best with what you have.
Yeah.
And then when it starts going, and as you get little more pieces, you just get better and better and better. And it's just fun to look back and laugh at yourself. So if you get the chance, you have to go to YouTube. Obviously, search for Popular Unknown Paintball Podcast.
Yeah.
You'll find me. Subscribe.
I'm already subscribed.
Oh, well, but you haven't
I just
watched
haven't gotten around to watching anything. I've been working too much.
Well, it's 15 minutes. You can afford 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, you will laugh your head off because it's a riot. Because it's so horrible. It's great. At least I think so. So, all right, my friend. Well, I think we covered everything that we need to cover.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to finally get and talk to you. I told you I'd get you on. I told you I wanted to talk to you. And for anybody out there that's watching and or listening, reach out to me because I like talking to everybody. Everybody's got a great story, and I don't care what country you're in, whatever. Reach out to me, and we'll get you on the podcast because, you can never have too much paintball content, right?
Exactly. Got to keep thinking about paintball during these times.
Absolutely.
Keep yourself distracted.
So
that's what I've been trying to do on my Triple PA page is just keep stuff going so people keep thinking about it. It's a good distraction.
All right, my friend. Well, it was a pleasure getting you on. Keep me up to date with what's going on. Don't ever hesitate to reach out, and I'll talk to you soon, my friend.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye now.
Yeah. Bye.
How awesome was that? I mean, I just absolutely loved that this episode. And again, this is my very first attempt at making a podcast that not only is going to be uploaded to audio only, but it was live streamed on Facebook, and it's all going to be uploaded to YouTube as well. So it covers all three things that I want to do all at one time, and I think it's just better for everybody. And so this is a new software that I'm trying out. So I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, because like I said, I'm going to try to do this more and more because it just really works for me. And thank you so much. The background is going to get fixed up as soon as this craziness is done. And I've got a camera that I need to set up. I just need some parts and I can't buy them. So, the quality is going to improve greatly, but I am not, as you know, I'm not that guy. I'm not like, oh, it's not perfect, I'm not going to put it up. I want to get content out. I want to have a good time. And I think that this is fantastic. So thank you for joining in. And thank you so much, Chris, for calling me out on MagFed. I'm glad we got a chance to talk, and I'm really intrigued to learn more about Explore Paintball. I'm serious. If you need any help or any advice, or you want, and just don't hesitate to reach out to me. I've been banging my head against this for a year now and loving every minute of it, though there is still a bit of a flat spot. But I've been banging my head, and I've learned a few tricks. And if I can help make your life easier, I want to. And if there's anybody else that wants to start up podcasts or start doing something within the paintball community or outside of the paintball community, whatever, do not hesitate to reach out to me, because I firmly believe if we lift each other up, we all succeed instead of just doing our own thing and bringing people down. So if I can help, I want to. And speaking of helping, thank you again so much, Combat Pursuit. Can't wait to be playing on the field again. And I want to be doing a lot of live video broadcasts and things like that from the actual field itself. So I'm looking forward to see you guys. So as soon as this craziness is over and you open up, I'm going to be on the field a lot more. Thank you so much, Push. I can't wait to see you guys more often and hang out with you in the booth. Lasoya, you're a riot. I had so much fun in Vegas, so thank you guys so much. Virtue Paintball, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for all you do with the Ali Remembered Foundation and the Denver Expendables. Thank you so much, Immortal Air. I can't wait to see your new stuff. Thank you, Translabs Transfuse. We got to get me some more product, man. Maybe I can start giving some out as prizes, things like that, because I just love it. And I need some more blue raspberry. I drank all the stuff that I got from Vegas. It's already gone. So I need more of that. And Z-Clear, thank you so much. I absolutely love the stuff. I'm using the sample like crazy. And yeah, if you guys need something that helps with a little bit of anti-fog and helps clean your lenses, don't hesitate to reach out to Z-Clear. The stuff is great. Anyway, thank you guys for so much. Please go on YouTube, search for my Popular Unknown Paintball podcast, like, subscribe, because I'd really like to be able to do this more. And when if I get 1,000 subscribers, I can not only live stream to YouTube, but I can live stream to Facebook at the same time as well, which is just awesome. So please help me out with that. Please go on my Facebook group page and sign up. So that way, when I do go live, you guys can comment and things like that. I believe you can comment on YouTube now as well. I don't know. I can't do it yet, but I want to. So if you can help, please do. So if you're enjoying, like, subscribe as much as you can. Thank you so much, guys. I guess that's it. So play with passion, everybody, and keep your paint dry.